Hey everybody, got a comic review. This one, I picked up a volume. Sorry, I think trying to tell if that's a bee or a fly that's on the window. Picked these up because they did a crossover with the Mark Spears artwork. We got Vampirella Armageddon #1. That's got the image of all the monsters on it that he's done. That was one of his more popular cover styles. And then on Mark Spears' Monsters, issue 6, he did Vampirella. Vampirella on the cover. So I figured, what the heck? Picked the pair up. I stupidly didn't get into Mark Spears. I wanted to, but I was again at a point where I wanted to do trades so I could get a variety of the covers because there's so many dang covers out there, as you can see on the back here. There's quite a few interesting ones. And it's just nicer if you can get a trade that has all the covers that came out in the trade, or at least a good variety of them that you can see. Nowadays, I don't think you're going to get any trades that have all the covers out there with some of these companies. But this is the first Mark Spears Monsters book that I read. It's not bad. We start out with a wizard and his apprentice running into a caged witch, and she tries to kind of like play with the kid's mind, try and tell the kid that he's going to be part of her life in the future and all this. She knows him. His scent is familiar and all this stuff. And we're going to probably see something with the kid and the witch in the future of the storyline. We also got a variety of other characters. I don't know what they all do. I'm not really sure if they're like monster hunters or what their plan is. It's kind of, you see events with a werewolf in here and stuff and things going on, but not reading the first 5 issues. I know nothing about what's going on. Uh, I do like, we get some kids that the old sitting on top of the water, the city water tank, and a kid falls off. One of the people has to always fall. Uh, and stuff like that. You always seen things happening with the kids. Uh, but the storyline takes you in. I ain't, my biggest problem is it's beautiful artwork, but some of it just, I don't know. Some of it gets a little weird. And some characters just get highlighted in different ways. I suppose I can show them here without spoiling anything, but this gold painted character and stuff, it's like the veins and everything coming out of his legs, and I don't know, it just looks weird to me. These kids, I can't show you stuff. I don't want to ruin the stories. Uh, we have kids whose faces look too adult to be on a kid's body. So it's, I don't know, it drives me crazy. I still like the artwork and everything. It just, even this character, his eyes are, it's gives you that, his eyes, his, there's other images and lighted areas that just feel like they're unfinished, even though I get kind of what he's going for. I just feel like everything's just got that little bit of fakeness to it with the reality imagery. This guy's got very bright green eyeballs. His center of his eyes just feel like someone went with a and painted on a little aqua dot over his eyes, and I just I don't know. It messes with my brain. I liked what I did read of this, or I read the whole thing, but it looks like an interesting story, and I definitely want to get the other issues and go back to the beginning and find out more about it. But until then, I will wait and see. Then Vampirella Armageddon #1, I dropped off Vampirella for a while just because I got weirded out with all the things that were happening with her being pregnant and then falling in love with her child and in the future and all that stuff. It just, I don't know, it just was too weird for me. But this story, I am very curious about. And you see her going through a sandstorm where her body's getting ripped apart. We have a friend of hers that's a one-eyed werewolf character. They're dealing with finding out that they have some issues to deal with. Uh, they talk to a very strange character and get some information, and then they go off to try and find out more. I was very confused about this part. I get the concept, like, I mean, I'll show you the picture. Now, this is not Mark Spears doing this artwork, the cover, but this image with her wings, her opening her wings up, and spider webs being all over her wings. That was just too weird to me. And they're pretty big spider webs, so it'd have to be a pretty big spider that's living in her armpits or in her wings. And why would a spider build a web in her wings? It's not going to catch bugs and stuff. It was very strange that she uh, had webbing with her wings. But we see that when they get to their destination, their first destination, they end up coming across a couple other characters, and they just happen to be coyotes. And so the coyotes end up fighting with the big bad wolf. Well, did I call her Elmer? While Vampirella deals with some cultist type characters, witches, or but I don't want to ruin anything that's going to give away where they're at or what's going on. Uh, but I'm glad that they did this Mark Spears crossover because now I want to read this Armageddon run. It looks like it's time for me to jump back on a Vampirella run that's out there. So I am going to follow this one and see where it goes. It's definitely got an interesting climax in this issue. But yeah, my first real introduction to Mark Spears, deeper introduction, and I'm iffy. I'm very, very iffy. The writing seems good. The artwork just kind of, at moments, gives me some, yeah, why would you do that? What's up with that? I mean, I get it, making the color pops and all that stuff, but I think there would be, I don't know. I'm not an artist like him, so I can't uh, say what's right and wrong. So I don't know. It just some things looked weird to me. But other than that, got me interested. Definitely dive deeper on the whole Mark Spears thing that's been going on lately, and gonna hop on Vampirella Armageddon, at least see how far it's gonna go or whatever. Definitely gonna come back to it and check it out. Alright, that's it for today. Let's keep following Under the Cult of MS. Rate, review, hit the like button, tell a friend, leave a comment. I'll comment back. And we'll talk to you again soon. Check out our Crimson Cult Comic Club, our group podcast. Uh, Lots of fun there. Lots of great reviews. And we'll be back. All right. Later.